While driving toward Elkins, 6/26/23, I was on Route 33/48. Looked down the river, and right there in the middle of the river, in the middle of the screen, there's a large rock that shoots out in the middle of the river. I caught a quick glimpse of something standing on that rock. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what it was. I'm not sure if it was a fisherman. If it was a fisherman, he was awful big. If it was a bear standing there, it was awful big. But I did see something standing there. It was, like I said, a quick glimpse. I went to Elkins and turned around, and I've come back and videotaping, taking some pictures to document. The video won't, I can't zoom out enough on my video or on my phone here to get the video any closer. But if you can see right there in the middle of the river, there's a large rock that sticks out. There was something standing on it. This happened at around 1:40 on 6/26/23. Hey folks, welcome back to West Virginia Cryptids and Strange Encounters. Today I'm in Randolph County with my good friend Tammy Thrasher.
Hey.
We just hiked about, what do you say, we're half a mile or so from an area, or from a location or a road that I was on Monday, 6/26/2023. It's a local highway. It runs up here. And I was driving for work, looked down the river like I always do when I come through here, and caught a glimpse of something standing right there on that rock. We're here just to investigate to see what it could have been, or what, or if there was anything. I don't know what I seen. I seen it from way up there, a half a mile up the road, and the clip you see at the beginning of the video is me on Monday talking about it. I actually, like I was telling Tammy, it looked big. It definitely was black in color, and what caught my eye, it was vertical. It wasn't something laying down, it was vertical on that rock, standing straight up. So we decided to come down and check out the rock and check out the location. We haven't found much of, as far as like trace evidence. We didn't find any prints or anything. We found a couple game trails. Nothing looked like anything big had moved through. We can't get on that side of the river. We tried. It's all posted property. We can't get over there. We don't see any, mashed down spots, but that has been a week ago, or close to a week ago. But yeah, there was something on that rock on Monday, and I don't know what I seen. So we're here to check it out, and going to look around a little bit more, check out, see if we can find any tracks. We haven't found any tracks anywhere on this little right-of-way road up here. We have seen the evidence of a four-wheeler that's been through. We've seen a couple small shoe prints and a bicycle tire print. Nothing big, at least nothing, what I'm kind of thinking I might have seen there. And I don't know if I saw a Bigfoot, Sasquatch, or, like we were talking, maybe it was a bear. There might have been a bear coming across the river, was on the rock and stood up, because what I seen, like I said, was vertical, and from my vantage point up there, I could definitely see it. It was big enough for me to catch my eye, and it was all black. It was just dark black. But I didn't see it long enough to get a real good look. And when I went back, just to, because I second guessed what I saw, when I went back up there and looked down again, there was nothing there. There was nothing on that rock. So we're here to have a good old look around. And after we're done here, we may do a little bit of, I don't know, what do you call that? Might hit the flea market, talk to a few people, see if anybody's had experiences, or tell us, if anybody they knows has experiences in this area, because it's just right up the road. So Tammy, you heard my story I told you earlier, or told you what I seen. You as an investigator, seasoned investigator, what's your thoughts on it? What's your perception on it? I mean, we both talked about what it could not been.
Right. Just going through the obvious, there is human activity down here, but the color just doesn't match that there'd be a human standing on there. We've both been out enough. If it's a bear on its hind legs, even for that moment, your brain goes bear.
Yeah.
Your brain's not going bear. You're going darker and bigger.
Yeah. Well, like I was telling you, that's my first logical explanation with possibly a bear. But it just, because I have this picture in my head, what I seen, and it just doesn't fit. The shape didn't seem right. It just seemed way bigger than what a normal black bear would, standing up would have been. It just, because like I said, we done a distance with the GPS. We're about a half a mile away from where I had first seen it, or the only time I seen it. But.
And from where you pulled off on the highway, where I could get a look down at the rock, it doesn't seem to be big.
Right. And it doesn't seem that far from up there on that.
It doesn't at all, but it is far.
Yeah.
But from being on the highway looking down, it would have to be huge. And now being down here and looking at the rock, looking back up at the highway,
yeah,
you can see the vehicles.
Yeah, you can see the sign. The camera won't pick it up, but we can see the sign.
Right, but the sign is up there. You can see the sign, you can see the vehicles, and we know looking back what we're looking at.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to get a measurement as far as elevation. When we go back up, we're going to get an elevation from up there. Right now, we're at like 1,860, 1,870 feet above sea level. But we're going to go back to the sign and get an elevation there. I mean, it's definitely, it's not, I'm going to say another maybe 500 or 600 feet more, possibly, if that. But yeah, folks, whatever it was that I saw was on that rock right there. It took us a while to actually find the right rock because the brush is so thick. We actually thought it was one right up there. Then once we got to it, I was like, no, that's not it. And then when we got to this one, that's the rock. And as you can see, it's just a steep mountainside on that side. We were hoping to get on that side, but once we got over there, we realized it was all private property. So I guess what we're going to do now, we're going to head back to the truck. And here's, like you see, here's the brush and stuff we were walking through. Head back to the truck. What do you say, Timmy? Head back to the truck, maybe hit the flea market, talk to a couple folks?
Yeah, I think we need to do some interviews.
Yeah, it'd be a good place to start. And it's just about a mile up the road here. All right, folks, when we get to the flea market, most likely what I'll do is, I don't know if we'll do filming there. I'll probably just do some audio and see if we can get some interviews. And I'll see you in a little bit. Beep, beep. about busting my butt on it. When I stepped on there was a tree branch on the other side, a little log, slipped on it. Four-wheeler trail. Look at the side of them blackberries. Not ripe yet, but a bunch of them. It's funny, those are half ripe. These are not even started, they're just barely green. Oh, raspberries. Yeah, so far, folks, all we found are definitely deer tracks. And we have found evidence that there's a four-wheeler down here, and you can see, well, you can barely see it here. That's actually a bicycle tire. Here's where the four-wheeler or dirt bike, I said four-wheeler because it looks like there's the same on this side. More deer tracks. That's a dirt bike track here. The road is up there, probably 200 or 300 feet. But where I was at Monday is a little close to half a mile this way, and then up on that road. Well, we gave bears an explanation, but we haven't even found evidence of a bear. You know, if a bear was traveling through here, we'd probably have seen tracks in the mud as well. But it's still bear's possibility, but we just haven't found any tracks of that. And I think what we have found were deer, possum, coon, things like that, but nothing big. And, a couple, on out here, there was a couple shoe prints. No big animals. And it's still, it's got me baffled because I know I've seen something standing there. It's even like I was telling Tammy, if I could print it out of my mind, it'd be great. I mean, that's the first time I've ever seen anything that I at first can't, disprove, I guess, or debunk myself. There's that right away. Right away there that something could travel. Actually, we kind of got spooked a little bit ago. We were down there by the river, and Tammy goes, "What's it?" You yelled. You're like, "Oh my God, look at that!"
The river.
I thought she had seen something, and here was two deer running across the river and went up the right of way and crossed. I thought she actually seen something. I was like, "Oh my!"
Well, I did see something.
Yeah, I thought we was looking. You see something we was looking for. But folks, we're going to head back to the vehicle, and I think we're going to head up to the flea market here, see if we can maybe find a witness or see if we can get a couple of stories or something. and I will be back then. All right, folks, after a short drive and a shirt change, I'm back to where I was at Monday, which was 6/29/23. It's actually 7/1/23 now, where I had what I think might have been a sighting. We are 2,010 feet above sea level elevation. We're at 1870 at the rock. It was right down there. Like I said, it is a half a mile away, but from this vantage point, I can clearly see the rock that we were at, and there was something standing on that rock. Let me see if I can get a better video for you in that direction. Okay, here is the sign as I was driving past, and I look down the river. Every time I come through here, I look down the river, and you can see the rock right there in the middle. All I can say is there was something standing there when I came through here Monday. So far, I still don't know what I've seen. It could very well have been a bear, could have been a person, but it just, the size of it to me, I don't know. I can rule out. In my heart, I can rule out a person. Yeah. This is the first time I've ever had anything remotely close to a sighting, and I'm still questioning whether it was or not, but that's where it was at. And now it's off to the flea market. Well, folks, sadly we didn't get any information at the flea market, so I guess we're going to call it a day. It's been a hot, very hot day, and we're going to go have lunch with a fellow investigator, and we'll see you all on the next adventure.